guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad you're here today. Today I am hopping on with another video. It has been a couple weeks. I took a break. I had been sick again. I was recovering from that, and then our new grandson was born, and I was able to go spend some time with them, and so I have just taken a couple weeks off. I had filmed ahead in order to go visit downstate with my daughter, and then he was overdue. He was almost 2 weeks overdue, so I used up all of my extra videos and got sick and didn't make any extras, and so here we are. It has been 2 weeks since my last video, and I have been promising this one for a while now, so I wanted to get this one done and get back into the swing of doing some videos. I have a whole list of videos I want to work on, and along with being sick and the new grandbaby, sorry, the goats are causing a ruckus over here. I have been behind, obviously, with all the stuff around here, and also wanted to get caught up on that. I have all 4 goats sheared, which I finished that yesterday, and I am thrilled. That was one of my bigger things this spring that I needed to get done. Nutmeg's coming to say hello. So the goats are finished until September, October. That's awesome. We have been doing a ton of yard work just in the last 4 days here. We've gotten a huge amount of my list done. I am heading into our big garden next. I have, it's all rototilled. I want to go back in once more and work it up and then get that planted. Our first frost date here in Michigan where we're at is, our last frost date is June 1st, I think. But looking ahead to the weather, I think we're pretty safe to go ahead and start planting. We're supposed to have a very, very hot summer, so we shall see. They have a hard time with the day today, and actually I was racing out today to get this video shot because we have a big thunderstorm moving in this afternoon, so I wanted to get this one shot before that hit. So yeah, I have caught up on a ton of stuff, cleaning out things. I do still have a chicken coop to clean out, and the goat barn needs to be, we've kind of got it started. We need to finish that and just get things ready for summer. I have not had any babies yet. I have had 2 unsuccessful batches. My red English Angora Scarlet had a batch of 12 back in early March, and she was a first-time mom. None of them survived. I rebred her, and I was almost certain she was bred. It was a very successful breed. And her due date came and went last Saturday, and no babies. So I'm kind of bummed about that. I am going to rebreed her probably in the next couple days here. I also had my French Angora Juniper Berry. She had just 1 baby, and it did not survive. I'm not sure what happened there. That's kind of unusual. I guess she could have had multiple babies, and for those of you who don't know, a lot of times rabbits will either aggressively clean their babies to the point where they end up eating them. Sounds awful, but they do. It just happens. That's the way of nature. Sometimes they get, if they feel unsafe, they will, if they feel like the babies are unsafe, they will eat them. But anyhow, I've had 2 unsuccessful batches and 1 unsuccessful breeding. Juniper, excuse me, I'm still got a little bit of a cough. Juniper has been rebred, and she is due next week. I'm hoping for a batch there. I will try again until about June. June is when I cut off breeding here in Michigan. We get hot here, and I don't like to breed in the summer. So I'm gonna try, we're already into May, I'm gonna try once more, probably with Scarlet and Juniper if she hasn't been bred, and I may pick another one. I would like to have some babies this spring. I know there's some people out there that would like some, and I was really hoping for some red Angoras, but might not get them this year. Might have to wait until fall. So that's the update on the farm. I am next Friday and Saturday, the 17th and 18th of May. I will be at the Mitten Homesteaders Conference here in Michigan. It is in Lake Odessa. I am super excited about that. So any of you locals, I think there's still tickets left. They've got a really great lineup of speakers and vendors. I will put the link down below of their website to check out the vendors and the people that are going to be there. They are hitting all of the things. I will be there with small acreage fiber animals. There's going to be sheep people there. There's going to be chicken people, rabbit people, all kinds of things going on. I think there's there's bees there possibly. So there's a lot of speakers and a lot of vendors for a first time event. And so I will again put the information down below. So I think that's all I wanted to touch base. What is today? Tuesday, May 7th. So this video will go up tomorrow. And this video is all about my rabbit colony. I actually started this colony a year ago in May. So the two of the rabbits have been out here for a full year. And I've already popped in some beginning footage. You'll actually see the new gate that we put up too. That was a super nice addition. We have been making our own homemade gates, and there's always latches, and you have to kind of tug and pull and lift the door. And it's always been such a pain. So we got an official farm gate door for the first time ever. And it's lovely. I had no idea with the chains, and you wrap the chain around and just hook it, and keeps the door secure. And it's so nice when you're coming in and out with anything in your hands. So you saw footage of that, and then I kind of did an overview here of the rabbit colony, so you've seen where we're at. There's only one thing that is not done in here right now, and I'll talk about that in a second. But so I've had 2 French Angora females, does, out here for a year. I added a second omelet hutch and 2 more French Angora does out here in January or December. So they've been out here 5 to 6 months. I had no issues with transitioning 2 more in. I just kept an eye on them that day. There's enough space out here. I should measure it for you guys. I am guessing it is probably, I am not good with guessing on things like this, but I would guess it is probably 10 or 12 feet wide and probably 20 feet long at least. So it's a nice size area. I've got 2 of the omelet hutches. I've got the omelet tunnel is actually out here just in the meantime. I have a project that I'm going to be doing with that here coming up soon. So right now it's just out here for the rabbits to play with. I have the shade cloth, which you can see in the background. I have another tarp. That more is just for weather protection. This tree here is massive. I guess that's where we'll start with why do I think my rabbit colony is working so well. This tree is one of those things. It is a huge, massive pine tree, and it does keep a considerable amount of rain and snow and definitely sun off the rabbits. So it's very shaded back here. I just have wire fencing with T-post up around it. I have rocks, pretty good sized rocks around the edge, inside and outside of this. And so it kind of stops them from digging along the edges. I have a goat giving me a stare down right now. And so that is one of the reasons why I think this works so well, is it is shaded and it works really well. We had a huge snowstorm in January. Well, I shouldn't say huge. I think it was, what was it, 9 or 10 inches in a few hours, or not a few hours, it was overnight. And so I did have some snow in here, but a lot of it does get stopped by this tree. I have not had any issues with branches falling or anything like this. It's a pretty solid tree. And so that is one of the reasons why I think this rabbit colony is working so well. If I had to pick one thing why I think this is doing so well, so first off, with the Angora rabbits, they all have fiber. Obviously, that's why I have them. And I wasn't sure how that was going to work with keeping them clean and, just the overall health of their coat. Being out in the ground, there are twigs that fall in here every now and then. There's obviously dirt. And so that was a main part of my experiment was, could I raise Angora rabbits outside without nasty, dirty Angora rabbits? And the answer is yes. I think the main reason why is because our ground here, first of all, we are on a slight hill. So this rolls down our yard, our property that way. So we are on a high point here, and so that helps. But this is all sand. So even in downpours, and like I said, I have these they can always go in their hutches all day long, and sometimes they do. But I have the shade cloth here, and I will take another video of I actually have a video of putting this together, but it's just a canvas dog tent thing that I put in here for a little bit more extra protection, so that keeps the rain off from them. But because of the sand in here, the sand base, I don't ever have any mud sitting. There's great drainage in here. And so I have had almost no problems with muddy, dirty rabbits at all in an entire year. The one thing that I don't have right now, and is on my big list to do, is another load of stone. We did the section that the camera's sitting right now was actually all grass. That is all dirt now. So a year ago, this was grass out here, and they have worked it down to where it is just sand. The other half of this over here was all pea stone. It was a pretty good layer. And so I need to get another load of stone in here. I am debating between the pea stone and then the next size up. I don't know if they call that landscaping stone around here. It's 2 to 3 inch stone. That's what I'm debating on getting instead of the pea stone. The pea stone is pretty light, so if the rabbits do want to dig, they can. For those of you who don't know, rabbits will tunnel everywhere and anywhere they can. I have had some of that in here. The camera is actually sitting on an outdoor AstroTurf green carpet, whatever you want to call it. It's a 5x7. It's a 5x7 carpet. I put it where the grass was last year because they were digging out here to some degree, and that's made a huge improvement. I had thought about getting more of these carpets. I just found mine at Meijer. It was like $20. So not a huge investment. You can get the bigger pieces that fit on like decks and things like that. Some of those run $200, $250. So I wanted to try this out first. The rug has been out here for a few weeks. It's doing really good. I just broom it off. Haven't had any issues, and they're not digging in this area at all because they can't. But over here is where the pea stone is, and for the most part, I still have a layer of pea stone out here. I don't know if you could see it. It started right about here. The grass was on this side, the pea stone was over there. And they do dig in it every now and then, but for the most part, the pea stone over there is still over there. I don't have a lot of problems with them digging. I'm having problems with them digging. We have a contest going. I have problems with them digging where the grass once was. And so I'm going to get another load of stone. And I may do both the 2 to 3 inch stone first with another layer of pea stone on top. I feel like the pea stone is a little bit easier on their feet, but keep in mind, Angora rabbits have a lot of fur on the bottom of their feet, so you really don't need to worry about any wire cage issues or anything like that. They are pretty protected. So I'm not as concerned about that. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to stop videoing. So between the sand base, the hill, and the pea stone, this has been really successful, and the tree. Would I change anything? Not really, other than getting an extra load of pea stone, and maybe one more of these rugs to put on the side here where the grass used to be. But for the most part, they are doing really, really well out here. I love the omelet hutches. I've talked about these. I could actually probably put one more omelet hutch, space-wise, I could probably put one more omelet hutch out here with 2 more rabbits easily in the space that I have. I just have not done that. I haven't found anything comparable to the omelet hutches, mainly because of the ventilation, the way they're designed, and they have inside these, there is a hay manger and a water holder. So even at night, the rabbits have their stuff. I do have this little guy here. It does work. One rabbit can fit in there. And I do catch the rabbits sitting in there every now and then. They'll go in there. But there's no place to put water or anything. So the rabbits are probably inside their hutches for 8 to 10 hours a night, which isn't that long. I usually close them up between 9 and 10 at night and open them back up at 6. And so they are spending some time in there. So I haven't found anything comparable to omelet hutches yet. If I ever did, it would really have to be a lot better than these. Price-wise, they are a bit pricey, but they're so worth it. My whole thing with doing this rabbit colony was, if I get to the point where I needed to take, if I had needed to cut down my time on my rabbits, whether that be cleaning cages, cut down how many I have, whatever, could I still raise a few rabbits for fiber outside and have much less work? And this has definitely proven that that I could do that if I need to. So yeah, I have their food is just out. I have one under the covered thing here. I have another dish under here. I have a hay bucket back there that they eat out of. It's really cute in the morning. All 4 of them tend to gravitate to the same bowl and eat together. Love roosters all day long. So yeah, it is working out really, really well. The other concern, which I already kind of addressed, was the dirty fiber. Would I have dirty fiber? And I'm not finding that. I thought maybe I would have more matting, dirtier fiber. I wasn't sure. And actually, I have found, if I can get one to come over here, I think the only thing I can think of is that by being outside and kind of running around, they are kind of shedding on their own. So I might be losing a little bit of fiber here and there, but it's probably the same amount that I would lose if they got matted up around their underbelly and stuff. I don't think it's that much. And these guys have I have zero mats on them, which is crazy to me. Even their feet are nice and clean, no mats, no issues. And I did do a video on that too. I'll try to remember to link that one. I brought Nutmeg inside and talked about that some, how you would think that being outside, and they do get wet sometimes in the rain, the tree doesn't block everything, and they tend to hang out. They don't always go under the shelters or in their hutches, so they do get damp sometimes. Even in the snow, they are sometimes snow covered, and you'd think that that would mat up or whatever, and it really doesn't. So I've been really, really pleased about that. So when I need to groom them, I just come grab one of them out of here, and they are super, super clean. So I think I touched on all of it. Again, there's very little I would change out here. If I were to recommend you doing your own colony, I would really think about somehow putting, if you don't already have a strong sand base, that's what I would do first, with some type of stone on top of it. And again, this tree makes a huge difference how we did this. It does add a lot of shelter and protection from the sun and the elements. But all 4 of them are doing really, really well. I think you can see, maybe not, they're back here eating right now. You might be able to see it. So they kind of just hang out and enjoy one another's company. And yeah, so I think that's it for the 1-year update on the rabbit colony. If you guys have any questions, I'd be glad to answer them. Hopefully I touched base on everything here. I don't think I missed anything. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am glad to be back, and thanks for hanging in there with me while I took a couple weeks off. Don't forget about the Homesteaders Conference next weekend. Oh, the one thing I did want to mention about that, the ladies who are running this, who got it going, have mentioned a couple times to please bring cash with you if you are looking at purchasing things. It sounds like there might be, it's a small town, and it's a county fairground in a small town, and it sounds like maybe the internet is a little bit sketchy, which I have had those issues when I've gone to shows before, and the internet isn't really there. We can't use our card readers. I do have a card reader. Most of us do accept credit cards, but if the internet doesn't cooperate, there's nothing we can do about it, and I always take cash. I would prefer cash because there is that percentage. I think it's gone up 3% now for card fees, which is ridiculous. So they are reminding everyone that if you're planning on purchasing anything, please bring cash to do so, just in case there are issues that day with the internet. It's always hard to tell in places like that. So that was the other thing I wanted to mention. So this video will go up tomorrow on Wednesday, and I will be back with the weekend video that I'm working on also today, probably this afternoon. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you don't already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I'm always glad to answer those. Have a great Tuesday, and I hope you get to create something today. Bye guys, thanks.